guys, and welcome to another episode of Premier League predictions here today. We are back after the international break. England aren't exactly the most entertaining team to watch.
Boring!
Welcome back to the Premier League. That's what we all want to see. Let's get to last week's predictions, which we'll put up there. We got a green. The Arsenal-Brighton game, we predicted correctly 2-0 for that game, so that's always good. We were very close in a couple of games. As you can see, the Huddersfield-Tottenham game, we predicted 3-0. It finished 4-0 to Tottenham. For the United game, we predicted 3-0. It finished 4-0 to United, which I'm absolutely happy about. One result I'm not too happy about is the fact that City beat Chelsea. But I'm not commenting on that. So we're very close on that one as well, to be honest. Big surprise of the week. Newcastle won, Liverpool won. That was a big surprise. Did not expect that one at all. Just looking through some other results, we were very close. On the West Ham game, we predicted 1-1. It finished 1-0 to West Ham. So we were very close. And a lot of predictions, the Burnley Everton game as well. So very close on a lot of predictions. But let's get to this week's predictions. Hopefully we can get more than one green. Hopefully, if we get a week where we get no reds, that'd be absolutely spectacular. Anyway, let's just get into this week's predictions. First prediction I've gone for is, obviously it's the Liverpool United game, the first game, the big game this weekend. I think it's the biggest game this weekend. There's no other game where two top six sides playing against each other. So this is the biggest game of the weekend. For this game, it's quite a lot of analysis for this game. I've gone for 2-1 to United here. Liverpool, I mean, if Liverpool draw 1-1 against Newcastle, United should be beating them easily. Liverpool are a good team, so we're not gonna be an easy pushover. We are gonna have to play well, but I do feel like we'll win. Liverpool have got a good attack, so I think they will score, but I think we've got a better attack. There's been rumours of Lukaku being injured recently, something wrong with his ankle or something. So, I mean, I'm basing this on the fact that Lukaku is in the team. If he's not, then I'm not sure whether I'd keep it the same. Because obviously he's a big part of us this season. But I've gone for 2-1 United here. I think it'll be a very close game. I think United will have most possession. Because they do seem to like keeping some possession this season. Liverpool have actually lost 5-0 to Man City this season, in case you didn't know. I'm pretty sure most people would know. So, I mean, I'm not going to predict 5-0 to United. I'm just not, because if Liverpool hadn't got the red card to Mane in that game, they wouldn't have lost 5-0. I think they still would have lost, but I don't think they would have lost 5-0. It might have been like 2-0 or something, but a red card really changed the game. If Liverpool get a red card in this game, we could win 5-0. Who knows? I'd be happy to be proved wrong here. I'd happy for United to win 5-0. Be quite happy if that happened. But yeah, Liverpool 1, United 2 for that game. The next game is Man City Stoke. I've gone 3-0 City here. They seem to be easily pushing over these mid-table sides recently. They've very close game actually against Chelsea. City had a lot of chances, yeah, but Chelsea did have a couple of chances of their own to score. Let's not forget about that. City, they didn't have a ridiculous amount of chances. They had a lot of possession in Chelsea's half. They probably still had more chances than Chelsea, but they did probably deserve to win that game. I think they'll easily beat Stoke, who Chelsea beat 4-0 last week. Or technically 2 weeks ago because of the international break. But yeah, I think 3-0 for Man City to this one. The next game is Tottenham-Bournemouth. I've gone for a bit of a surprise here. I've gone 1-1. Now, some of you might be thinking, what on earth is that prediction? Tottenham at home this season haven't been spectacular. I think they've won at home once in the Champions League. But I don't think they've won at home in the league yet. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just trying to look through all the other predictions. That was away. Tottenham at home. No, they drew. I don't think they've won at home this season yet. Obviously, we've only done these predictions since week 3. So I don't know about the first 2 weeks. But what I can see here, Tottenham have not won at home yet this season, which is a bit of a surprise. But I think Bournemouth are quite capable of holding this Tottenham team. As we saw, they did it earlier in the season with City until the 97th minute. Really shouldn't have scored in the 97th minute there. Only supposed to be 5 minutes of added time. As I've said, a bit rigged.
This is great banter. It really is.
But yeah, I think 1-1 here. Recently I've predicted Tottenham to win at home. They haven't won at home. This week I'm predicting Tottenham to draw at home, but I bet they'll win at home this week. It's just what happens when I predict these things. But anyway, the next game is Watford Arsenal. I predicted 2-0 Arsenal. Pretty smooth victory for Arsenal. I don't think they'll encounter too many problems against Watford. Arsenal have picked up form recently. I think Arsene Wenger is in the contention for Manager of the Month, which is quite interesting. But yeah, I think they'll win that one too. I find that quite amusing actually. That Wenger's actually in contention for Manager of the Month. That's a surprise, and that's an understatement. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal for this one. The next game is Burnley West Ham. I've gone once again a pretty smooth 2-0 victory for Burnley. Burnley are a good team this season. They've shown that. I'm pretty sure they're like 5th in the table at the moment, so they're nowhere near where I predicted them to finish. That's for sure. But yeah, I've gone 2-0 here. West Ham have actually picked up a bit of form recently. They've been playing quite well since their absolutely horrible start to the season. But yeah, as I said, 2-0 Burnley for this one. I think Burnley will control the game. I do think it'll be one of those games where West Ham have a lot of chances and they just don't finish them, and Burnley just win. Maybe a bit luckily, I don't know, but I think they will win. 2-0. The next game is Crystal Palace, Chelsea. Crystal Palace have started abysmally, and they haven't scored yet. And I don't think they're going to score against Chelsea. City only just scored against Chelsea. Crystal Palace, not too sure about that one. Especially considering they lost 4-0 to United earlier last week. I think it was the Saturday game. So, yeah, 4-0 Chelsea for this one. I think they'll control the game. I think they'll score. I think Roy Hodgson will look like his usual miserable self on the sidelines, sat in his chair doing absolutely nothing. And that's why Crystal Palace will not get off bottom place in the table, because they've appointed a pretty bad manager. Yeah, I've gone 4-0 Chelsea. I mean, whoever predicts Crystal Palace to even score in this game is absolutely mental. I bet that'll come back to bite me now. The fact that I've just said that, I bet they'll score now or something. I'll be proved wrong, because that's what happens in these predictions. The next game is Swansea Huddersfield. I've gone 0-0. One of those boring games again. Huddersfield's beginner's luck has finished, and they've lost a few games recently. And I don't think they'll win this game. Once again, it's just one of those mid-table games that you just like, cannot be bothered watching this. No offence to any Huddersfield. Huddersfield really started the season well. Right? Huddersfield really started the season well. They got 7 points from 3 games, which is absolutely astounding for a newly promoted team. And I'm pretty sure they were top for like a little bit of time on the first day. So, mate, a newly promoted team at the top of the table at any point in the season is an achievement. But I think that beginner's luck has finished. I do think they'll get a point. I don't think it'll be anything more than that. The next game is Brighton Everton. I've gone 2-2. I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be quite an entertaining draw. Brighton have proved they're not a bad team recently. They have got a couple of decent results. Everton, well, they've gone slightly better after that terrible run of form, but they're still not anything spectacular. I think they'll get a 2-2 draw against Brighton. I think it'll be one of those games where you could say Everton had enough chances to win, or Brighton had enough chances to win, but they didn't take them. But I think it'll be a 2-2 draw there. The next game is Southampton Newcastle. Just to mention, actually, all the big teams are playing on Saturday here. There's no like top 6 team playing on Sunday or Monday. So, I'm just saying. Anyway, as I was saying, Southampton Newcastle. I've predicted 1-0 to Newcastle here. Newcastle are a good team at the moment. They've got a couple of good results to start off the season. I think they're in the top half, so that's always good for a newly promoted team. I did predict Newcastle to actually do quite well. Not quite well. I predicted them to like stay in the league, which is an achievement for a newly promoted team, obviously. So I predicted 1-0 Newcastle here. Southampton have been a pretty average team so far this season, and Newcastle have proved that they've got like the passion to win. So I think they'll win that one 1-0. And the final game of the... it's not the other week, it's a Monday night game, so I wouldn't say the final game of the weekend. It's just the final game of this match day. Right, it's not one day, right? Whatever. Right, it's the final game of this prediction video. So, Leicester, West Brom. I've predicted 2-1 to Leicester for this game. I think Leicester are a good team. They've got a lot of good strikers. I've said this a lot this season. They have got a lot of good strikers, though. I'm not joking. West Brom did start the season quite well. Obviously, they were at the top. I think they were around second a couple of games in. So, they're not a bad team. They can win games. But Leicester have, they beat Liverpool in the cup. I think they got a draw against Liverpool, I think. Let me just check. Liverpool... No, they lost, but they scored twice. Leicester are not a bad team, right? And against West Brom, I think they'll do better than they did against Liverpool, so I think they'll win. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Leicester will win that game. But that is where we end this prediction video. Hope you all enjoyed. There will be more prediction videos coming out in the future, obviously, every week. Unless there's an international break, where unfortunately we have to watch boring England. They're not exactly... I mean, they won 1-0 and scored in the 94th minute. I watched that game, and it wasn't anything spectacular. In fact, I nearly fell asleep, because they were just passing the ball around the back the whole game. It was pretty atrocious. But yeah, that's where we're going to end this episode. Hope you all enjoyed this episode of Premier League predictions. Comment down below if you think that you would change any of these predictions, whatever your predictions are. Comment them down below. Remember to like and subscribe as well for more videos in the future. And also share the channel as well. It doesn't really harm anyone. Just helps me, and it helps everyone else that you're sharing it to, because they all see my channel. So it's a positive for everyone, right? If you share the channel. But anyway, that's where we're going to end this episode of Premier League predictions. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.